the 30. And they'll send the tight end in motion. The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. From the 33, here's a 2nd and 7. Jackson firing quickly out wide for Bateman. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Jackson to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Jackson now. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
That's good for a Baltimore Ravens.
A first down carry for Henry. The 20. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Jackson.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Justin Reed.
And the Browns are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they're trying to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now it's Watson. And he can't escape, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late.
So the big play nullified, a legal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And how about this for a setup? The ball will go over on downs at the 1-yard line. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Mitchell will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Flushed out right.
There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review. So they had it right.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Watson. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I'll tell you what, when he popped out shaking his head, frustrated right down behind center.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Here we go on 4th. Watson.
He's got his target. That's complete. Still going inside the 20.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. With his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year.
And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. And now Jackson will look to throw it.
Drops this underneath. It's Mitchell.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Henry up the middle. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson.
Throwing out left and finding Likely.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 18. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And Hill will opt for the touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize. Put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Off the option, here's Henry.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
The Ravens at 14-2 heading into this final week. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat. And they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now because, to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Now Jackson. Being chased out left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th?
There's Flowers is. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens.
A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Ravens are back within a score.
Tucker with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now up to 14. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And Hill will opt for the touchback.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action now. Jackson.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Mitchell now off the option.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here now a 3rd down and 8.
Throwing is Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Justin Reed.
And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him, and I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
After the interception, here's Watson, escaping the pressure right. And that's incomplete.
Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, Watson. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Over the middle, complete to Judy.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
The final shot before the break, Watson. And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown.
You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. Watson now to throw. Dancing to his left.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's second and 10.
To throw is Watson.
It gets this complete to Shaheed.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. Here's Watson. Forced out to his left. That's caught inside the 20.
And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. It's another touchdown pass for Deshaun Watson, his 5th of the afternoon.
And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And Hill will opt for the touchback.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A short throw caught by Andrews.
It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
On third down, Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on third and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free.
A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. To throw is Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. They'll drop the throw. Steps away to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Third quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. Jackson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. From the gun on third down, Jackson. Buying time to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Back to throw, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
That's going to be caught by Judy. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Watson looks to throw again. Flushed out right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Browns will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Browns drive about to get started.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
Oh, he finds his running back open downfield. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. 55 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation. Here's Watson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Browns look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this fourth quarter.
Hopkins with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Jackson.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. From the gun, Jackson. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
To throw again is Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And this Browns defense stands tall. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on fourth, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much fourth downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on fourth down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Flush to his right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Now Watson. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Eluding the pressure right.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Pushes past him. He's got his running back. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. Second and goal. Throwing now, Watson. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
David Ojabo running in to take him down.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on fourth and goal. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Dancing to his left. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here comes third down at 7.
Jackson now. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And Watson's going to throw it here. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Browns are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. He wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Cleveland,
they finish oh so close to perfection in the regular season, but this win in the final weekend gives them a final mark of 16-1.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a